Hey guys, welcome to another speed painting with Jaffo. We're doing once again another massive darkness model, same one we promised at the end of last week's video, the Shieldmaiden Cyclops. It's going to be a mix, as you see, of paints and contrast paints. So let's just quick go through them. We're going to do a 3:1 of Magos Purple, Gilliman Flesh, and Contrast Medium. The Contrast Medium is there to thin out the other two colors. We're going to use some Wildwood, and that's what we'll use to cover up her the bandages on her staff, I think. Nope, we're going to use that actually in just two little spots. It's going to be right there, and if you see on the back end there, if I can get my fingers into the shot, there we go, at the very back end. So it's just a little spot. We are going to be using snakebite leather. She's got quite a bit of leather strappings on her. Leather strapping on the handle, as well as all around her body. Just a very light touch of Flesh Tear's Red. She's got two horns sticking out of her head. Right there and there. We will use Gorgrunt of Fur to cover up any of the pouches she's got, just so that they differentiate from the strapping. And then if you look on the card here, we're going to use this as our silver base, which is Lead Belcher. We're going to do all of the iconography with Retributor Gold. We'll get Morghast Bone is for her teeth and probably for her eye. And maybe we'll use that Flesh Tear's Red to cover up her mouth a little bit. She's got her mouth wide open. So I'm going to get some paints ready, and I'll be right back. Oh, I forgot one more. Ha! We also have Black Templar. We're going to use that to paint up any of the hair that's on her body. And she's got quite a bit of it. So, alright, so now I'm going to go mix up some paint, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we've got our paints all mixed up, we've got our paints all known. You should have had them collected if you're following along. And we're just going to start painting all over her skin, making sure to just get good even coverage. Don't forget to get under the boobs and everything here. So I'm just going to go along, and we're just going to paint this all up. And because this is going to take me a minute, I'm going to cut, and I will be right back. Alright, with that, we've got all of our flesh tone added onto her. Going to let that dry a little bit, and we're just going to keep on moving. So we got set up in our pot holder here. We got our Flesh Tear's Red, so let's go ahead and get that done with right away. I'm actually going to switch to a smaller brush. Using a size 2 or 3 right now. I think I'm going to switch down to a medium layer brush from Games Workshop. And now what you're looking to do, just real lightly, is the horns on her head. And you may need to go back and do put more flesh tone on if you missed spots. All of the bare spots that we have right now are going to be used for Black Templar for our hair color. Some of the hair on the body I did paint over. And then the other thing we're going to use Flesh Tears for is the inside of the mouth, just to get that tongue and just kind of give her a bloody red mouth, so that she's ready to eat you. So moving right along, since we do have a lot of it, we're going to let the we're going to switch over to the Gorgrunt of Fur while we let all of the flesh tone dry. If you do see really bad pooling, go ahead and use your brush to kind of sweep that away. And if you do what I did, if you can see, I just pulled some of the pooling out of one place and pushed it into another place. So Not really happy with the way the butt cheeks look. I think I might even go over them a second time. So, alright. So while that's drying, let's switch over to Gore Grunta Fur. What we're going to use that for is the pouch on the side of her bag here, or side here. So right here, just going to use that for a reddish leather. And then we're also going to, I noticed she's got like a little bit of leather on the hip here, so we're going to use that here. So she's got a little bit of leather here and there. I think we're going to call this leather on this thigh. So we're going to take the Gore Grunta. Really should learn to, you know, show everything in the camera. I'm not used to using this big of a model. This is probably the biggest one we've painted so far, I think. And again, as you're going around, you may notice where you missed slight pieces, like right in here. So we're going to just come on back with our paint. The big thing I did, or I noticed, or whoever did it for me, I did not prime her very well. Although I'm looking at the underneath, so it's not so bad. Alright, the next thing that we're going to switch over to, since we're on that leather kick, so let's get our contrasting leather up, which is going to be, of course, snakebite leather. Snakebite leather contrast. As you can see in the background here, I've got a whole bunch of other projects going on in various stages of doneness. Alright, so for this, we're looking to get, in camera, we're looking to get all of the leather strappings that are on her. As there's a set that goes around the front and back of her butt area. There's a set that goes around her breast area. And then we're also going to do it here on the weapon. So I'm going to go get that all done and I'll be right back. Alright, with the snakebite leather done on all of her, starting to look pretty nice now. Now we're going to switch over to Black Templar, and we're going to use that for all of her, well, fur, body hair, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to do this for all of the hair. We're going to put it up there, but we're also going to do it up here on the head. So I'm going to get that all done, and I'll be right back. And with that, we're nearly finished. We just got a couple of details left to do. The first one we're going to work with is some wildwood. It's a nice dark brown wood color. We're going to do the wooden parts of the shaft here. So right here, as well as just a little bit in the back there. And then I've also decided I like the idea of the wood texture on the back here, so we're going to use that, and we're going to paint that all up. So I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. And with that, we've got the wood color done. Got a nice look to the shield here. Let's see if I can make sure I can get enough. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'm looking through the camera lens and I can't, but I darkened up the shield on underneath. So now the next thing that we got to do is do the silver parts. So let's get some silver ready. We're going to use our lead belchers, our main color here. And for silver, what we're looking to do is all over this shield, all over the spear tip and the end of it, as well as her hairband. and her shoulder piece. So I'm going to quick get those all done and I'll be right back. With that, we're nearly there. We only got 2 more colors left to do, so while we're letting for that silver to dry up, we're going to switch over to our Morghast bone, or any other cream color you have, and we're going to do her teeth, and then we're also going to do, like right here, there's a little bone sticking out of her leg and her knee. There's a couple of little things like that sticking out from here and there, so we're going to do that. Also going to put this on her toenails, so that her toenails look all pretty. And yeah, I'll just get that up. One thing I did notice and forgot to mention to you guys is don't forget with your silver to get all of your rings there. And if you really want to do fancy, you can go in and do the silver around the belt loop there. So yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, with that we've got our final step that we need to do, and that is to do all of the gold etching. That's both on the shield and on the pauldron. So we're going to switch over to our Retributor Armor Gold and go to town on all of those. I will show you what it looks like when we're back, and then we're pretty much done. And with that, we're finished with the Shieldmaiden Cyclops, and also with that, we are now finished with the Warrior Priests versus the Shieldmaiden Cyclops. So you should be able to see all of these videos up on my channel. Come back next week. Well, I have no idea what we're going to be printing, so come and find out. See ya.